I can see the tops of houses.
Mm-hmm.
They're very dark. The sky's really smoggy.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more of what you can see.
There's some trees in the distance, big trees.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to make the, or maybe I'm up pretty high near the clouds.
Yes.
It's hard to tell.
Let's look down at our feet. Let's have a look and see if we are standing on anything or not at all.
No, I don't think I am.
And as we,
I have bare feet and very long legs.
yes, and with your bare feet and
I feel like I'm
long,
floating.
yes, that's good. And when you look a little bit further up your body, we get an idea of what it looks like. Please describe that to me.
I don't think I have clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an ant thing. I feel like I've got big, just kind of bug eyes, like a fly or something. But I don't feel like I'm furry. I feel like I have a kind of humanoid body, and it's a greenish colour.
Okay. And when you say that you're floating, do you have any wings that assist you, or are you just energetically floating there?
I think there could be wings.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel the ground under my feet.
Okay. And as we take our awareness to looking into whether we feel masculine or feminine, what do you pick up?
I don't pick up either.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you are young or old? Do you have a sense?
I'm fairly old. I mean, I'm late 40s, 50,
Mm-hmm.
maybe older. It's hard to tell, but I'm not young.
And when you have a look as well, do you have anything on your head or in your hands, or are you carrying anything?
I feel like I have a sort of holding something in my hand, my right hand,
Mm-hmm.
like a stick of some kind.
Yes. Does the stick have a purpose?
I feel like I want to point it. I don't know. I mean, it's not like a walking stick, it's smaller. There's something magical about the stick.
Mm-hmm. And if we had to point it at something, what would happen? Do you know?
I feel like I would just travel there.
So it's like a traveling stick.
Yeah.
And as we have this stick in our hands, we have clearly traveled to where we are now in the scene with the roofs and the smog. Can you tell me more about your sense of why you were there?
recording information.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm kind of like in Victorian London or something.
Yes.
And I'm there recording information. And I'm up quite high, so I think I'm recording information about the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking down. It's really hard to see. It's like so dense, the smog on top of this city.
Yes.
And I'm here to measure and record the atmosphere.
And now that you are measuring and recording the atmosphere, is it just in this particular area, or do you need to go to different areas?
I think I need to go to different areas and just measure it all. That's why I have the stick, so I can just, I feel like I can just tap it, and almost like you could tap it on a map and just be in that place. I don't have a map. It's
Mm-hmm.
just in my head.
Let's do that now and see where the next place is that you need to go and check the atmosphere. Let's tap and tell me what happened.
It's like a portal opens
Mm-hmm.
and I can step through the portal. Now I'm in the countryside.
Okay.
It's much clearer.
So it's a stick to open a portal.
I feel like I'm still in England.
Yes.
There's hay bales and I can smell the cut grass,
Mm.
and it's much clearer here.
And do you
I can
feel,
see
yes?
around for miles and there's no one else here, so I'm just standing on the field.
So you're now down in the field.
I feel like I've gone up north, like to Yorkshire or something.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel it's the sense of the same time period, or have you jumped
Yeah,
same time period?
yeah, there's quite old farming machinery. And I'm going to have to report back on the difference between the atmospheres here. It's much brighter and clearer.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this something you do regularly, or is this something that who you work with feels it needs to be monitored at that time?
No, I think I take my job quite seriously and
Mm.
quite enjoy it. I get to travel.
Now, when you do travel to Earth to see this, are there other planets that you do the same thing? Or are you just doing Earth?
Just this is what I've been doing most recently, just Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen myself from another perspective, and I feel like I look like I'm glitching.
Okay. So there's something behind.
I feel like I'm here, but I'm at the same time I'm not sure if I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Like a hologram, maybe.
a hologram.
Well,
But
what
I
we
get all the
yeah.
senses of being there. It's strange.
Mm. So what we're going to do now, because we've established your job and what you're doing there now, is we're going to take our energy to what is behind the hologram, back to the people and the beings that you are working with. Let's take our awareness bar. We are now moving ourselves 3, 2, almost there, and 1. We are now back at the place before you came to Earth to check the atmosphere on this day, and you understand that it felt like a hologram. Can you tell me where you are now, behind the hologram, controlling the hologram?
I'm on a ship,
Mm-hmm.
very white, very not round, oval shaped.
Yes. Let's have a look
Yes,
around more. What else can you see?
I can see other beings like me.
What do they look like? Describe them to me.
They're green with bug eyes,
Mm-hmm.
long, thin legs and arms.
Yes.
Some of them are wearing lab coats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I don't think I see wings on these ones. I'm not sure if I have wings either,
Okay.
because they have coats on.
What do their mouths look like? Can you look at their mouths? The mouth, is it big or small? Do they have a
Looks
mouth?
like, yeah, look, just a long, thin mouth.
Mm-hmm. And when you tap into their energy of them around you, what do you feel?
I
Yeah.
feel kindness. I feel like they're trying to help.
Okay.
They're wondering what they can do to help the cities and their atmosphere, how
Yeah.
they could clean it.
And the ship that you're on, is it a large ship, or is it like a mothership, or a singular ship?
It feels like it's small, but it's part of a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the bigger one's nearby or, yeah, or if maybe we're sticking out from it like a pod.
Yes. So this is like a little pod mission ship,
Mm,
which is connected to a mothership. What I want to do as well is the other beings that are around you right now. I want you to really connect into them, get an understanding, a recognition of who they are. Can you relate or recognize any of them around you?
there's one that I can, you know what, when I'm looking at their faces closer, their mouths open and close sideways.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Ask them to give you a better understanding. Your understanding and clarity will come now. What is your understanding of what's going on and what you're seeing now?
I can hear them talking in their own language. It's like they're having some sort of argument amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're really odd to look at, these beings.
Yes.
They look quite scary, but they're not. There's one that's obviously their head scientist who's getting quite angry about something. Someone's messed up the data, entered the wrong data, and this one's not very happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's wearing a blue coat, like a pale blue coat, so everyone knows that one's in charge.
Yes.
But I feel quite close to the one in charge. I think I do a good job.
Yeah. And with your closeness with this one in charge, do you recognize the energy that they give off? Is anybody that you currently know now?
No, I don't think so. It does have the energy of like a school head teacher or something.
Yes. Or remember the energy that this being gives off for future reference. And what we are going to do now is as this oval pod that is connected to the mothership, we are going to move into the mothership now to see the bigger picture of what's going on. We are going to move now 3, 2, almost there, and 1. We are now in the mothership. Tell me what you can see and experience.
Like I've been here before.
What can you see?
It's a huge place for like it's intergalactic. There's lots of different beings here.
Yes.
Lots of people sort of just wandering about, lots of beings. We've come here to download the data on something, but there's just lots of cool stuff here. I can see like a cafe bar. Lots of different beings in it. It's weird. This is where they come to all hang out together and collaborate with other species who are helping the galaxy. There's some music over there. It's like they have a bandstand. The music playing.
Sounds lovely there. And the overall intention and energy of all the mixture of beings. Could you tell me what you pick up the overall energy is?
I'm really excited to be here. I love being here.
Yes.
It's like the best part of the job is when you get to come here. Because we don't get to do it all the time. A lot of the time, everyone's doing their separate things. And then they all come together here to have meetings and exchange information. And then we also get to hang out together too. And they're so big. There's so many levels and floors to this ship. Whatever you can think of, you can do it here.
That's amazing.
It's like a holiday.
Yes. And you get to stay on this ship for as long as you want?
Yeah, I think we have cabins, like a boat ship. There's cabins that you can use.
And you speak of your excitement of being there because you get to see and mix with people. Do you have friends?
Yeah, I have friends here that I'm gonna like call. I have in my pocket, my coat pocket, my lab coat, I have it's some sort of operating system. I can contact them. But it doesn't look like a phone. It's small and square. It's quite simple. It doesn't have many buttons, but it does everything I need.
Yes.
And I'm just going to call them and ask them to meet me somewhere.
And now that you've called them and asked you to meet you somewhere, where were you meeting them?
I'm going to go to the bar.
That's great. And now we move our energy to the bar. And our friends are there. Tell me what you can see and experience being at the bar with your friend.
I'm sitting at a table like a diner.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this drink, and it's a very tall glass with a really curly straw and a green liquid, fizzy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lime taste.
Yes.
And I have a friend to my left, and he's kind of looks, it sounds really mean. He's just a kind of blob. Like, I don't know the movie Star Wars very well, but like a big kind of blob, and he only just fits on the seat next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're waiting for someone else.
His friend that's a blob, what's his purpose? Do you know what his job is, what he does?
I think he's like a cleaner or something. He's got kind of wearing this shirt, but it doesn't fit very well. And it's got a badge on it with a broom on the badge, so some sort of cleaner.
Yes.
And in the distance outside of the bar, I can see people kind of moving. They're sitting on seats that move, and they're going past. I feel like I'm in like the shopping mall area.
Yes.
And we're in like this food court. That's what we're in.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a food court in a mall on a ship.
Yes.
And I keep waving, like I know so many people, and I'm just waving at them all, and it's just really exciting to be here.
It does sound fun. Have your other friends arrived?
Yeah, they've just come in and they've gone to the counter to get their drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a blue, it's like a human type figure, but with blue feathers.
Yeah.
And a black beak. Yeah.
Are there any other friends that have come to join you?
No, I think it's just going to be the three of us for now. And we're just catching up on what we've been doing, and we're talking about what we're going to do later, because we're kind of only here for a few days, and then one of us will go off, and and then we'll kind of go back to doing our jobs.
The blue humanoid feather being, do you know what that job is that they do?
I just get the word teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they teach.
Okay.
Something to do with crystals.
Mm.
Like no one wants
Yeah.
to talk about their jobs. Everyone wants to talk about something else.
Yes, yes. And these friends of yours, do they have family or anything like that?
Yeah, the bluebird has quite a big family. They're quite close. I feel like my friend next to me, who's the cleaner, is kind of a bit lonely.
Yes.
It's a sense I get. But the bluebird has, I can see two children, two small bird beings,
Mm.
and a wife. I don't think she's blue, she's more of a brown colour.
Yes.
He has a photograph of them in his pocket.
That's lovely. And these beings that are at the table with you now, do you recognize them in your current life that you have now? Is there a connection?
They're really familiar energies, but I don't really recognize their faces.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel their energies they just feel really familiar. They feel like home.
Yes. That's
I've
good.
known these. Yeah, I've
Well,
known these energies for a long time.
yes. We'll remember those energies. We'll put them in our minds to remember them so we can recognize them later at another time. And now we are going to move ourselves as much as we would like to stay there. We're going to move ourselves to another scene in this life that we are visually seeing now. We're going to move ourselves to the last day of the life as this being, this green being. And before I do move you, please remember that this is just a scene and that you are safe at any given time. You will not feel or experience anything. We're now going to move there now. 3, moving there. 2, almost there. And 1, be there now. Tell me what you're experiencing.
I'm laying down
Mm-hmm.
on a bed. It's a bed that's on the floor.
Yes.
I'm in my house, which is I feel it's very kind of Japanese themed.
Yes.
Lots of bamboo.
And do you have a sense of how much time has passed from when we were in the cafe and the bar?
I want to say 80 years.
Okay.
But it could be more. I'm not getting a very good, strong sense of time in this
Mm-hmm.
body.
And let's scan it.
Look the same.
Yes. And we scan our body and we have a look, and knowing this is our last day, what is happening with this body?
It's just tired.
Yes.
I've decided it's time.
And you have the ability to decide that in this body.
Yeah, I get to decide. But
Okay.
I'm just tired now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want to just experience something else.
Have you chosen something else already?
No.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're just going to decide to leave our bodies now, and we take a breath, and with our last breath we breathe ourselves out, and we move ourselves away from this body, and we will look back for a moment, and we hold gratitude for the experience of being in that body. What can you see? Tell me what you can see as you look back.
I'm just looking down at my body and it's asleep on its bed on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Is there
I'm
anybody
by
in the room?
myself.
Are you by
No.
yourself? Okay.
I don't know if I told anybody. I just left.
Yes. Or as we turn face away towards a magnetic pulling back to source, we feel ourselves being pulled there now. And we're going to leave that part of ourselves there as we move towards source. What can you feel within yourselves as we get closer towards source?
Just so much joy, and I'm so thankful for that lifetime. I had so much fun there.
Mm.
But I'm also looking forward to what's going to happen next.
Yes. And I ask that the higher self fully integrates and drops into this space now and comes forward so we can ask some questions. May I speak with the full of the higher self now, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Tell us why you showed us this life today.
She needed to see the vast amount of different lives that are out there. She keeps looking up at the stars at night time and talking to the beings that she thinks are watching, and they are watching. So many different kinds. And there's so much love for our planet. And these beings are always there in the background to help. She needed to see how much work there was going into making sure that we're all okay.
Yes. It was a lovely visual. Thank you. I enjoyed it as well myself. And as we now look at that life, is there anybody that she's incarnated with now that was in that life we saw?
There were, but we didn't focus on them. There were also beings there in the ship that she knows today, kind of background friends, acquaintances,
Yes.
but no one from her immediate family.
Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to ask some questions, if I may. Obviously, we have been wanting to know about the soul families. Could you please give a visual of how it works? How does it overlap? Who is in a soul family? Could you give
Okay, I'm being shown a light shining down. I'm being shown 3 lights, and they overlap when they hit, like it's a dance floor, and they overlap
Yes.
to create different colors. There's a yellow light, a blue light, and a red light, and the circles overlap on the floor. So there's different soul families, but they can overlap. That's the visual I'm showing.
Can you understand that visual?
So if I'm in the blue soul family, I feel like as the light hits the floor, it's bigger.
Yes.
It's tiny up here, but it's bigger down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the red soil family that make a purple bit here.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a really simple concept, but there's a bit more to it.
Mm-hmm. I understand. So, do soul families have an individual goal as a soul group, but then when they want a different experience, do they mingle with the other soul group to create that little bit in the middle? Like the red mixes with the, say, blue and creates the purple in the middle? So do they have their individual red mission, if you want to call it?
Yes, yeah. So you have your red mission.
Uh-huh.
But then there's also like side missions that you have to cooperate with the other groups to achieve.
Okay. That's interesting.
So there's a crossover
Yes.
in some places.
And this is all agreed upon.
Yes.
Okay. And when we look at, say, for example, the red soul family, is there like a set average amount of souls within that group?
I think the numbers are big because I'm just being shown the 3 lights. I don't know if that means there's only 3 kinds of soul families
Mm-hmm.
or 3 main missions, and then it breaks down.
Yes.
I don't know if I get a sense of numbers, but I think they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands at least.
That's interesting. Thank you. Now, jumping to the topic of her children. Obviously, her children have chosen to be the children of Karen now, but it's what is their reason for choosing this current life now within the family?
They're here to experience the new earth.
Mm-hmm.
And they've come into this family because it's fairly easy. They're just chilling out, waiting for their jobs to really begin, which is being the leaders of the new world.
Yes.
They're just chilling out because they've got so much to do in the future.
And can you get a visual of the new earth that they will be leaders of? Can you see? Can you get
I'm
a
not saying it's making me cry because it's so lovely.
Yes. That is beautiful. And we know they're
I'm
going to.
getting the
Mm-hmm.
just the emotion of it, really.
Mm-hmm. Is that like a collective emotion from the beings that are there now?
I am just crying because I'm so happy.
Yes.
I'm so happy for them because it's going to be amazing.
That is beautiful.
I just feel free. I get the sense of pure freedom
Mm-hmm.
to be whatever you want to be.
And on this new earth, are there other beings that join in, or does it just remain a human experience?
No, there's other beings.
Mm-hmm.
It will start with beings that look like us, more or less.
Yes.
And then we'll end up with the strange ones I saw in my vision.
Yeah.
And that would be cool because there's so many amazing, kind beings out there who've been visiting here for so long, making sure that we're all okay. They can come here again and not hide.
That is lovely. I'm ready to go myself.
I really want to have a drink, the lime drink,
Yeah.
and be in the crazy bar.
We'll make a plan to meet up and be there. What I also want to ask is, obviously Karen puts protection of light around her children and her family. She'd like to know if there's anything else that she needs to do at all to keep them protected.
This is all she can do for now. They will understand more about how to protect themselves in the next couple of years. This will become more mainstream and they can do it themselves.
Yes.
And she won't have to worry about doing it for them.
Okay, thank you. And with regards to Karen's partner that she has now, she feels that he's not quite on the level that she is. Is he going to catch up? Or is he on a completely different pathway, a different timeline?
He's decided to wait till the very last minute, which is really frustrating.
Yes.
But this very last minute feels so close. Like 6 months, I feel like in 6 months, he'll be there.
Yes. And is there anything that Karen can do to best support him through this period that he is not awake?
No, just carry on, just staying in the highest vibration that she can and not let him pull her down. She doesn't let him pull her down, but some days he does.
Yes.
It's quite hard to ignore, and she gets pulled down for a day and then she gets back up again. A lot of people have waited till the very last moment. There's lots and lots of them that are waiting for, as a marker, like the word lockdown was her marker. There's more markers coming.
Can you see what any other markers there are, or is it just an individual marker for each person?
I see the US presidential information as a marker that comes out, and that's a big one for a lot of people. They'll be shocked.
Yes.
And I see something about London too, but I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Something to do with Buckingham Palace. I think there's some big things coming this year that will shock people. And that'll be it. Once you wake up, you don't go back.
You can't go back once you wake up, that's right. Well, that's good to know. So we'll wait for him to do it at the last minute and just be patient.
Yeah.
And remember to hold the energy of just be what we want to see in the world. Just hold that vibration there. Thank you very much for that. And I'd like the higher self to take its awareness, please, to scan the body, because we are going to be looking for any more attachments, implants, AI or cords. If there's anything else in the body, let's have a quick look to see if there's anything there that shouldn't be there or anything we need to address.
The throat still feels quite tight.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing in there. It just needs opening up.
And what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in Kuan Yin. I think we need some feminine energy in there now. We're bringing forward Kuan Yin to help. She's really good at healing. She's really good at holding that feminine energy in the throat and allowing it to come forward. She's coming in now. She's bringing her hand into that area. And as she brings her hand into this area in the throat, it's like she pops in a seed to allow this area to grow and flow. And as this area glows and flows and blossoms, as the petals blossom open that she is tending to, you can see all the tension and all the words that couldn't come out are now flowing out and opening up. Tell me that you can see this opening up that Kuan Yin is tending to. The most beautiful petals opening up.
I can see it and I can feel
Yes.
like a minty, fresh.
It's beautiful. And as each petal opens, you're releasing anything that is stuck in there, any words that are stuck. It's a very silky feeling as well. These petals are beautiful and silky, and it is soothing that area. It feels so smooth and so light, and the sun is now beaming down onto these petals as they glow. And now you are holding the light of the source and the sun, and you are holding Kuan Yin and her beautiful feminine energy that has opened up your throat. Can you see that now?
Yeah, it feels like it's getting lighter.
That's lovely. And the sun just keeps beaming through. And I'm asking Kuan Yin now, please, to attend to this area as we go forward and keep healing this area as well as the higher self. Please confirm that this has been agreed now. Thank you. Just scan the body further and tell me if there's anything else that you can find.
No.
That's good, thank you. I'd like to take our awareness now to have a look at the chakras. Let's have a look if they are all balanced and turning and burning as they should.
Yeah, they seem to be now that the throat's opened up.
That's fantastic, thank you. And let's take our awareness now to the auric field. I'd like the higher self to please tell me if there's anything within the auric field that needs repairing.
No, it all looks good.
That's lovely, thank you. And we'll take our last bit of awareness now and put it onto the physical body. Is there anything within the physical body that needs healing or attending to?
No.
That's good, thank you very much. And now I'd like to ask the higher self, is there anything else before you depart that you wish to tell Karen that she needs to know today?
No, she knows everything she needs for now.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to ask the higher self, and Michael and Guan Yin, to please recede back with much gratitude and thanks for coming forward. We really do appreciate the wisdom that you have shared and the lifetime that we have seen. I'd also like the higher self to do one more thing for me, please, if that's possible. I'd like you to flick through the soul memories and the lives, the multitude of lives that Karen has had. Just flick through like you would a book. Can you see this book that you're flicking through now?
Yes.
There's particular moments where Karen has felt the fear of being chased. Can you see if this is a multitude of lives or there's one particular life? Just flick through. They'll pop up and show themselves. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Describe to me what you were seeing.
I'm seeing a reptile being chased by it. It has really big teeth. It's really tall. And I feel like I'm a child in that life.
Yes.
And it's chasing me.
And is this how this child's life ended?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to forgive and release the energy of this reptile that was chasing this aspect of Karen as a child. We're going to release and forgive because we understand the bigger picture, that everything is an experience. So as we breathe in and then breathe out, and as we breathe out, we release this fear, release any resentment, and we allow it to pass by. Can you see this coming out now? Just releasing it and allowing it to pass by.
It's getting smaller.
Yes. And any confusion or fear that this little child had around this situation, going to hold that child and tell that child that everything's okay and that the child is now safe. Just have that moment with that child. Does this child feel safer and better now?
Yeah.
That is good. And the child is now releasing that last little bit of fear as it goes. And the last bit of the remnants of this child is now gone back to source, feeling healed and complete. Can we see that child going there now?
Yeah. It's going.
That's good, thank you. And now that we have come to the point where we release the higher self back and all the angels, we say thank you for coming forward and sharing yourself with us today.